Okay, you got this short assignment on factoring. There's no equals. You don't put x equals x equals. You're not doing that, okay? You're just getting as many parentheses as you can. It's either going to be a binomial or a trinomial, okay? Binomial, that's two terms. So binomials, GCF, DOPS. If you can do either one, but that's what you have to, that's like your checklist. Okay, you got x on the end, yes. See how there's no equals, so you're just lining up the parentheses and stopping. Do you have a negative in front? No. Or you do have an x, do you have a negative? No. 15 and 30. Well, there's 15 and 30 in 15's row, so those are each divisible by the greatest amount of 15, okay? So 15x, 15x, so these cancel on the x, so this can be 1x minus 2. Now take that GCF, move it over here. So that's done, done. Now the DOPS, we're focusing on this, 1x minus 2. Don't need the 1 in front of the x. Now you write no on DOPS because you have a minus, but the x isn't squared. Okay, it's just x. So no, so you just bring that x minus 2 right over here. It's done. Okay, negative 2x squared plus 50. Okay, it's another binomial. So same thing as last time, GCF and DOPS. Do you have x on the end? Not on this one. Do you have a negative in front? Yup. 2 and 50. The coefficients 2, 50, both divisible by 2. But not 2x. I don't have an x there. So it's just negative 2. So that's 1. Since I'm not dividing by x, it stays x squared. And then negative 25. Okay, now put your GCF over here just like I've told you to numerous times. Now, you have a minus, you don't need the 1. Now, x second's a perfect square because that's x times x, okay? 25, well that's a perfect square too, that's 5 times 5. I mean, the perfect squares are the diagonal ones. So, we have x, 5, 5, line them up. Rack them. There's your factorization of that binomial. Okay, I'm going to do this one down here, and then I'll come up here. Now you have a trinomial. So GCF. And then you do your T-chart. So no x on the end, no negative in front. 7, 17, no, it's just 1. Okay. Now, before I go here, ABC that. See how the A is 7x to the second power? That means you don't put XX once you find it, okay? So you find your AC product. 7 times 6 is 42. That's a positive, so that's a match. Negative, negative. Since it has to add to negative 17, it'll probably stay negative, negative. 42 divided by 1 is 42. That's negative 43. 42 divided by 2 is 21. That's negative 23. 42 divided by 3 is 14. There's your negative 17. Now you don't put x minus 3, x minus 14, given the fact that A is 7x second. So negative 3, negative 14. So you are going to put XX. You're just going to place a 7 coefficient in front of these. Okay. Now that's not where we stop, because I know this times this has to be the A. This times this has to be the C. That's why you need to reduce it if possible. Well, 7 and 3, the only thing the integer those can divide by is 1. So you can divide by 1 if you want, but it just stays 7x minus 3. 7 and 14, both divisible by 7. Okay, so that's 1x minus 2. Okay. Now 7x times 1x, 7x second. Negative 3 times negative 2, positive 6. Line them up. Now you don't do the equals 0. There's no equals. That's the answer on factoring. Okay, we'll jump up here. X squared minus 5x minus 36. See how I'm not doing the x equals because there's no equation. You line up the parentheses. That is when they say to factor the expression, your parentheses are your answer. So there's 3 answers. So GCF and the old t-table. Okay. X, GCF is just 1. There's no x, there's no negative. 1, 5, and 36, 1. Now A is 1x second. Now I don't care if you go x times x since it's just a 1. Okay. So the AC product's negative 36. So it's a mismatch. Positive times negative, and we have to add to get to negative 5. 136, nope. 2 and 18, nope. Divide by 3, you get 12, nope. Divide by 4, you get 9. Okay, add those, there's your negative 5. Okay, you can set up the 4 parentheses, but you're not going to be able to do a whole lot here because I put in the x times x, and a is just a 1. So a 1 and a 4 are only divisible by 1. Divide by 1 if you want. It's the same thing, and the same thing here. So line them up. It's just x plus 4 times x minus 9. If you FOIL that, you'll end up back to here. Okay. Last one, 12x squared minus 24x minus 15. You have another trinomial. So GCF and the t-table. No x, no negative. 12, 24, and 15, we can do some things. So 12, 24, 15 are all in row 3. So you need to factor out a 3, but not with an x, because that doesn't have an x. Not with a negative, there's no negative in front. So we have 4x squared minus 8x minus 5. So you take that 3, bring it over here. We're not putting equals 0, though, because there's no equals. Now, A, B, C. This is the A. A is 4x to the second. So we will have to put a 4 in front of each x and then simplify. So 4 times negative 5 is negative 20. So that's a mismatch. Positive, negative. It's got to add to negative 8. 1 and 20. Nope. 20 divided by 2 is 10. There's your negative 8. A is 4, so you don't go XX. You put in the plus 2 minus 10. Now don't go XX. You put XX, but then you apply the coefficient 4 in front of the x's. And I'm dividing in both these, okay? 4 and 2. Those are both divisible by 2. So that's going to be 2x plus 1. Cross it out. 4 and 10. Again, both divisible by 2. 2x minus 5. Now, 2x times 2x, 4x second. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. Line them up. Okay, that's enough of me. On number 4, that's a binomial. You don't have x, you do have the negative. These are both divisible by 3. The chart's not big enough to go to 108, but 108 is divisible by 3, meaning